Hey, Spear here. Welcome to iRacing Lotus 79 at Barcelona. Now, I thought I'd try something a little bit different this time. I've already done the race, but, you know, rather than the same cockpit view we get all the time, I thought I would show the outside of all the cars. You know, something that we could see. You know, rather than just whatever else we normally just drive behind the wheel and things like that. So I can switch from car to car. And from view to view, I can put up different cameras and such around the track. Oh, there is the cockpit camera. Ooh, out the back. There's all kinds of cameras I can switch to, but, you know, mostly we'll just switch. Ooh, there's a good one. What is that, blimp? Chopper? All right, so let's go back to us. But the point of the story is, I figured, hey, you know, we're always looking at the inside. Let's go back at the outside. Problem is, we can't do the. I can't have the standings up, and we don't get trading paints on replays. It's just the official iRacing paints. So this is the kind of paint I normally I run if you don't have trading paints, which is an optional thing. I run the Hellman's Lotus 79. But without further ado, let's get started. There are 15 cars in the field. I'm starting P13. That sounds right, right? Yeah, 15 cars starting P13 right here. Car number 13, the yellow one next to me there is Adnan. Rob Conducci is closer in the field, but we'll get to him later. Let's start the action. How do we start? Oh yeah, green flag. Now you know I like to hang back a little bit at the start, but Adnan was right next to me, and I'm thinking, what's going on here? You know, we're getting down to turn one. He's got to do something, so he gets like right in front of me and then slows down. I'm like, don't slow down there, dude. So we kind of went a little side by side because he was just much too slow into turn one. I don't know why he was going so slowly, but it kind of freaked me out right at the start, and I was like, oh, let's not get involved in anything. You know, let's get our bearings and see what's going to go on. So I figured, I'll just follow Adnan for a while. I didn't have high hopes in this race because during practice, I was not going as quickly as I thought I should. And there's a couple guys who already had a little get together there, so I picked one of them off. Car number 6 behind me now. Oh, that was working good for me. And we're not gonna come across there. All right. And there's Lauren. Lauren was hanging out in the back this whole time, and it was not so good. But there's Gil. He was, you know, he started from the pits, so that's that. Okay, let's see the race leaders, Timu and who was the other guy? Well, I wish we had names up here. Oh, I do have names, don't I? Just gotta pull up that. Oops, wrong one. Timu and Marco. And we're going back and forth at it this whole time. Well, we're on the wrong camera, aren't we? Well, all right. So I got a bit to learn about camera views. So you can see the front two pulled out quite the lead, but everybody else was right in a pack like this. Look at this big pack. You know, we were following these guys as they were going along. You know, I'm just minding my own business, staying out of trouble. That's pretty much what I was trying to do. Just stay out of trouble, Spear. Boy, all these different cameras. But there I am, just following along, because that's generally how I like to race. Just keep going and see if I can keep up. Things will start to happen later. You know, you don't have to do it right off on the start. There's another guy who spun off, so I'm like, hey, another guy, another freebie. At this point, I'm thinking, this is not too bad. Now the problem is all these cars that are spinning off. I'm like, well, they're probably faster than me, so this happens more than I'd like to admit. They're probably faster than me, so they're going to be coming back. And it does happen. There's another car. Oh, I remember him. Another guy. I'm just driving, staying on track, minding my own business. Well, mostly staying on track. Hit that curb kind of hard. But, you know, just waiting to see what would happen. I got these 3 guys in front of me there. They're, oops, don't want to do that. Just staying behind them. We're in the Great Plains Club. You can see on the back of my wing. Back of the wing gives you the name of what clubs you're in. I think it does that for all the cars. Well, that's the iRacing paint. Not any trading paints. Normally we're the Dr. Pepper, remember? But here I am just hanging out. At this point, I'm thinking, why am I keeping up with these guys? You know, I'm actually gaining on them at some points. Except when I make little mistakes. Because I am thinking, wow, normally I would be taking it a little bit more easy there and not do that. But I'm trying to get on the gas. I'm like, well, I'm up for these guys. These guys are, you know, I see them right there. So I'm getting a little excited that things are happening. And things were happening. We were doing well. Well, there's Adnan. Adnan got pushed off. Adnan, I'm kind of glad he got pushed off because he was very defensive. I don't know if that's well, if you know what I mean in racing, that he was taking a defensive line and he was really holding people up, and it's like lap 3, and there's really no reason to be holding so many people up at that point, and it's not really surprising that eventually, you know, things happen. If you're always right in front of somebody and you're much slower, things will eventually happen. That's why you see me a lot. I let these faster guys go by without much of a fight or any kind of a fight because they're much faster. They're going to get by. Don't put yourself in danger. That's what I do. Now, at times you do want to get in there. You do want to defend. You get some more positions that way. You know, you just don't want to give it up all the time, but sometimes you got to do that. Where are we? Lap. I'm in ninth spot at this point. We're on lap 4. It's only lap 4. You're not going to be blocking somebody at lap 4 of a 28-lap race. But P9, I started 13th. I'm like, hey, P9, that's good. My goal at the start of the race was P10. So it seemed like things were going great. Let's see if I can figure out the camera view to go, not the camera, the car to go to the next car. Yeah, here we go. Florian. Who are these guys? Without the paints, without the trading points. Oh, this is Rob Plumley. Kinducci. Without the trading paints, I don't recognize any of the cars, unfortunately. So I'm right behind these guys. Look, I mean, look at them all. I'm right behind them. You can see them just right up. Well, okay. Ooh, there's somebody coming up right behind me. I remember this. That's Pablo. Pablo had spun earlier. He was very fast. He was right up on me, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Pablo is he's right up on me. So I'm lifting off just a tiny bit here, just enough to make sure he gets a good run through me. I mean, he probably would have anyway, but it would have been much closer into 1, and I didn't want to be close into 1 because Pablo was very fast. Very fast. So it wasn't going to be, you know, I'm going to fight off Pablo. But that's what I was talking about. There could have been an issue going into 1 if both of us reached there at the same time. He's much faster than me. I couldn't hold him back forever. So, you know, at this point in the race, you'd let him go. Now, if it had been later in the race, and I'm thinking, hey, I can get this spot and keep it, that's a different story. But what is it, lap 5, lap 6? So at this point, I'm not too worried about it. I'm just like, okay, well, why don't I keep up with Pablo? See what happens. And as you can see, I'm not really keeping up with Pablo. Like I said, he was much faster than me. Pablo is pretty much faster than most of the drivers here. So, but there was that big group of cars. Remember, big group, Kinducci, all of them right up in front of Pablo now. So somehow, at this point, I'm thinking, wow, they're still there. I can still see them. When I'm driving, they're right there. Which, you know, for me is kind of a treat. You see my previous races that, especially in the Lotus 79, I don't always get to battle with people. I don't always get to keep up with them, but things were going well. Now let's see. Oh, that's the camera. Let's stick with that camera. I just want to change cars. That's what I want to do. There's Pablo again. Pablo, as you see, is catching up with those guys. So he's much further. He's much further along, and he's faster than me. He's catching up with everybody. Here I am way back here. Now, who's behind me? I don't know who this Texas guy is. It is Jesus Cota from Texas, but as you can see, he's just entering turn 3 now. Well, he's oh yeah, they were battling behind me. That was the best part of this, that the people behind me were battling. So there's these 3 guys right here. You know, I'm driving along, doing what I can do. If these 3 guys work together, they might, you know, go faster, but at different points they were trying to pass each other. I think they were slowing each other up. Anytime anybody would have an issue, you know, it'd slow down the other guys. So it worked out well for me that the 3 guys were battling. Because if you just get one, well then, you know, they're gonna be able to catch up with me. Possibly. Not necessarily. I still had a couple corners on them. Now you can I can barely see the guys ahead. They're kind of getting away from me. But that's all right, because Pablo, as you see, has already passed one of them. Now he's behind Rob. Oh, that's not a good camera, is it? I'm going the wrong way. I'm going forward. I want to go backwards. I don't know how to go backwards. There you go. So Pablo is getting, what do they call that? A fox among the chickens? Wait a second. No, that doesn't make sense. A wolf among the sheep? I don't know. But the point of the story is, he's getting in there. He's going to be battling. Hopefully, I'm thinking, all right, well, they're all getting together. They're all going to be fighting. Let's check out and see if I can get some freebies. So there you go. Boom. Freebie. That was Daniel. So he went off. He hit the wall hard there too. Another freebie. So when you get, you know, cars together on track and they're eager to get by, things happen. So this is good for Spear. It's good for Spear when other cars battle. I might not be the fastest, but as long as I can keep it together and, you know, have some speed. Some of these guys this race were much too slow. I mean, seriously, much too slow. It's like, I don't know how they were that slow. It was crazy, but that's besides the point. So where are we? We are lap 7. We're starting lap 8. I was in 10th. It should go down to 9th again, right? Remember, Pablo passed me. Yeah. Pablo passed me, put us in 10th. We're back up into 9th, which is, you know, a good spot. We're car number 13. We started 13th. There's only 15 in the field, so I mean we're ahead of 6 cars at this point. So that's a pretty good deal. And let's taking it easy, waiting for the freebies. But we were doing really good times. What was my last time? The last time was 33.3, and most of my times were about 33, low 33s at this point. And I was thinking, well, this is pretty good. Because in practice, I really wasn't getting this kind of speed. And in practice, I was really worried that I would be lapped. So at the start of the race, I even underfueled a bit. Because I'm thinking, well, I'm going to be lapped. Let's not take as much fuel as I normally would. You know, get a little less weight, go a little faster. Because that's what you do when you're a slow guy. You got to plan on being slow. And you know, what's going to happen is going to happen. Of course, it was about this time, yeah, lap 9, 10, where I'm thinking, wait a second, I'm still seeing cars right in front of me. Am I getting lapped or not? Because I'm short on fuel. So this middle part, well, I'm not near anybody. You know, I see the cars ahead. The guys behind are far enough behind where I'm not too worried about it. There's the guy ahead, Pablo. Who's he chasing? Florian. And there's Rob. Oh, and there's a little collusion behind. Do you call it collusion? And you know what that meant? Alessandro here gave us a freebie. Well, actually, I think we got 2 freebies. But he was hunting us down. But he had the damage. He had the damage, but he was still faster than me. So now at this point, I'm being hunted down. That's me being hunted down. But look how much closer I am to those other guys. Because there was that incident, it slowed everybody down in that pack. And it gave me the freebies. And then he lost it there. I was at that point, I'm like, hey, I'm getting away from him. Woohoo! Move it, Spear. And of course, I was keeping an eye on my relatives because I'm like, this guy's gaining on me. I'm worried that he's going to be picking me up off the straight. Because the guys on the straight, they were really fast. So at this point, lap 10, I'm up to P8. And I can't believe it. P8? What? That's the middle of the field. Lotus 79 and me. P8 is surprising. I certainly didn't expect it. But all right. So we're in P8. We're short on fuel. Remember, this is kind of a constant thing going through my mind. Well, except when I'm getting these freebies. That what's going to go on? So, you know, every couple laps as I pass the start finish, I check to see how we're doing on fuel. Because it's close. I mean, some laps it says, well, at this point, it was still telling me I had like a 10th or 2/10. I'd have a tiny little bit at the end. And when is the engine going to start to sputter? I don't know. 1/10 of a gallon left. You know, it's hard to get it right down to 0 without it sputtering first. And you don't want cars behind you when you start sputtering because that could be a big problem. And, well, I could just stop on the track and lose out. So I'm keeping an eye on that. But I'm excited because things are happening. P8. This was such a fun drive. You know, so I just passed the start finish, so I check the fuel, see where we're going, see those guys down there. What was our last time? 1:33.7. Yeah, see, so most of my laps are in the 33s. I didn't try to. That's always my philosophy. You know, don't try to do more than you can do. You know, I'm not trying to overdrive it or to drive it harder than I can drive it. Whoops. I mean, I'm just following along, waiting for the things to happen. What's going to happen next? Because these guys up there are still battling. Let's see if I can go up there. Let's get up there. Look at that. 3 wide almost. Rob and Pablo and someone else. And Florian. Is it Florian in front? So keep in mind, I'm right behind these 4 guys. So I'm seeing this. And every time you see them go next to each other, and they're snaking all over. I remember this, snaking all over. They go to the left and right, all over the straights. And I see that guy put a couple of wheels on the grass. That's not what you want to do. But yeah, when I see these guys going too wide up here and passing, I'm thinking, all right, that's slowing them down. You know, somebody's getting past, but that's Rob leading the pack here. He's getting past, but everybody's getting slowed down just a little bit at a time. And the more they kept this up, the closer I would get. Where am I at? See, I'm right here. Oops, didn't need to hit that. And they're right up here. So we are really close. I mean, look at them. They're right there. They were much further away, weren't they? They're coming up. So I am not unhappy when these guys are getting into it each other. Rob's pulling away a little bit, but we're doing all right. No complaints. Just follow, Spear. Just follow and reap the rewards, hopefully. Now, keep in mind, behind me, this guy, he spun earlier. He's catching me up at this point. You know, I'm looking at the guys ahead, and I'm thinking, if I can get close enough to the guys ahead, their draft will pull me along and hopefully keep me, you know, moving and faster. But this guy is catching me at the same time, so we're a little bit worried. Because I'm like, he's closer to me than I'm closer to them, so I'm thinking, maybe I can't get this guy. Maybe I can't get the guys ahead. I was thinking, if I can just get up to the guys ahead, and then I'm like, if I do get up to the guys ahead, I'm not going to be able to pass all 4 of them. I'm not going to be able to pass any of them. I mean, you never know. Things can happen. But I'm not going to get past 4 guys, and the guys behind me are going to be able to catch up. And what do we have there? One of the guys went off. I think that was Florian. Nope, Robert Simpkins. I remember him. He went off. All right. But this was lap 13, and I'm getting more freebies. Another freebie. But I'm still looking at this guy catching up to me. Oh no. Spear's getting a little worried. What am I saying? I'm not really worried, but I know what's going to happen. We all know what's going to happen. Got a fast guy catching Spear. So we're starting lap 14. Look at that last lap time, 32.9. This lap was 33.1. A little bit slower because I had to hold up a little bit when that guy was off the track. Guys ahead still fighting. And I'm being hunted down by this guy. He's getting closer and closer all the time. So at this point I know, alright, if he's not going to make a mistake, I'm just going to open the door for him and let him by. Because he's gaining. He's got damage. I don't know, you know, if he's going to make a bold move and just do something crazy or what. But, I mean, oh, there's a back marker. I remember this. I had a back marker coming up. I was coming up on a back marker. And I'm thinking, oh no, get this back marker out of there. I gotta get by. And he was really nice. He pulled over like that and let us both by. But that left me totally exposed to Alessandro? Alessandro. Yeah, so Alessandro was going to get me. Ooh, made a little mistake. So it's like, I thought he was going to get me sooner and sooner. Is that a thing? Sooner and sooner? I thought he was going to get me earlier than this, but he didn't. I mean, it took him a whole, you know, a lap and a half, 2 laps to finally close up a little bit. And again, lift up a little bit. Don't both hit T1 at the same time. There is some draft, but not that much. I did lift up a little bit. And then I'm like, I don't want to let him too far ahead. I stayed up a little bit closer to him this time just because I wanted him to get a harder angle on the corner just so I could keep up a little bit with him. And hopefully get his draft a bit. And draft is going to make me faster and potentially save some fuel as well. So that would be a good thing to have. Where are we at? Lap 15. 33.0 the last lap. But I was 7th. Now this would have put me down in 8th because I was ahead of him as we passed the line. So we were 7th when we passed the line. Oof, 7th, can you believe that? You know, it's Lotus 79 is not where you expect Spear to be 7th. It's crazy. Crazy. But a lot of fun. This was a lot of fun. But we're still sticking with him. You know, he's I'm thinking, okay, well maybe he can, if I can stay with him and he can catch up to the guys ahead who are pulling away a little bit, that, you know, maybe there's still a chance. Maybe something can happen. Those guys are pretty far away, but Never say never. Oh, there you go. As long as they're still close to each other, things can still happen. And, you know, the three of them are right there. Pablo, Rob, Florian. So things can go on. Now there's another one up there too. That corner right there is pretty tricky. Yeah, I know. Pretty tricky is the right word for it, but it's kind of an off-camber corner. I had a little bit of trouble with it through the oops, Florian. Florian loses it and stays off the track, thankfully. Lets us by. Alessandro and Spear. Ooh, and two more. He's really letting everybody go by, isn't he? But there you go. So I let Alessandro back to drop a spot, but then I got the spot right back with Florian. Even Steven is about how I like to work things, you know. Yeah, all right, I'll give up a spot here because it's a smart thing to do. But hey, I got the freebie coming, so it all works out in the end. Don't be the freebie, get the freebie. So I'm kind of losing track of Alessandro here. Lap 17 coming up here. 32.7 the last lap. And back in 7th. Ah, feeling good. Feeling good. Very good. However, Alessandro's pulling away. That's not good. I mean, he's almost out of the sight there. And here's Robert Simpkins behind me. Can you see me? Yep, you can see me and Alessandro up there. And of course, right behind him, we got another guy. It's Gilles Taux, T-A-U-X. Gilles. Team France, as you can see. Oh! Teal and Robert having a little argy-bargy. But nothing seems to be happening. But I do notice, as I'm looking at my relatives, you know, my relative, the time, how far they're ahead and back, and I notice how it's gaining, and I'm gaining time sometimes, I'm losing time sometimes, and it's weird seeing these. Well, it's not weird, but yeah, normally I don't see these kinds of incidents. See, look at all the distance between them two. But Robert was really catching up to me, and I do recognize that at one point they were very close. I remember looking at the relative, I'm thinking, boy, they're both really close. They were 2.5 behind me, and then this must have been it, that Gilles was suddenly 4.5 behind me. So he lost 2 seconds there to Robert when he had to brake. But these guys are catching me. And I'm very concerned because I don't want to be caught. But I'm doing what I can. Lap 18, last lap, 32.5. I was never doing 32.5s in practice. I am excited. But the fuel is getting closer and closer to a situation. Because before it said, you know, 0.2 gallons left, 0.1 gallon left. Now it's like even money. So, slowly but surely, I'm getting to the wrong side of the fuel calculation. And this reminds me, I need to reset this fuel to get me more fuel in there. Of course, you know, next race I'll be lapped. But I'm really worried about this fuel. Every time I'm crossing the line, I'm checking my fuel situation to see how much I have. And it is not going right. And I'm very worried. I remember thinking, okay, can I let Simpkins go by and get his draft and try to keep ahead of Gilles? You know, I was thinking I can get in between these two and maybe something will happen. Maybe I can keep up with Robert. You know, but I'm like, well, I'm not just going to lose time just to go back there. So I didn't want to do that because I'm like, I'm not going to give up time just to save some fuel. And I'm thinking, well, what am I going to do? How am I going to pull off saving this fuel but not losing time? I mean, there's ways to save fuel, sure, but it's going to cost you time. And I'm like, I can't. There you go. Check the fuel again. Another 32.5 lap 19. So we got 10 to go. I think at 10 to go, I think when I crossed the line, it was right at 10 laps remaining of fuel. But as the trend was going, I could see that one of these times I'm going to pass the line, and it's going to, like with 5 to go, it'll say like 4.9 laps of fuel. So in the back of my mind, I know I got to save fuel. But then I started thinking, well, when am I going to lose? When am I going to run out of fuel? Am I running out of fuel on the last corner, the second to last corner, the third to last corner? You know, when? Then I was thinking, maybe I can't. Maybe I can't. I don't want to slow down. I don't want to give up these spots to these guys behind. So I was thinking, when am I going to lose? When am I going to run out of fuel? And will it be close enough to the line, not only that I can pass the line, but that I can pass the line fast enough to hold on to these positions? You know, because as soon as I run out of fuel, those other guys behind me are going to be on me quickly. But, you know, that's something to worry about later. Alessandro, he's pulling ahead. He's not really catching up with these other guys who have kind of... Oh, and there's the back marker again. Lauren. Lauren was having trouble all day. I think he got in an accident early. Had some damage. But yeah, you don't want to get behind him and be held up like that. I mean, nothing intentional or anything. Just sometimes you can come across other drivers, slower drivers. So there I am, being hunted down by Robert Simpkins. Let's see how Alessandro gets through the traffic. But yeah, that's what I was doing. I was short on fuel, but really happy with my position. I mean, P7, come on, that's great. I had P6 a little bit when I was ahead of this guy, so I'm fighting for P6. I'm in P7. I got 8 and 9 fairly close behind me. Things are happening. That's by far I had a great race. I mean, that's why I'm making this recording. It was a great race. Okay, so he got by Lauren pretty easily. And then there's Spear. And I'm thinking, uh-oh, what's going to happen here? I don't want to get into T1 behind Lauren or something. Because I'm getting chased. And then he just pulled off to the side here. I think he eventually just towed. So yeah, he let everybody go by. I think he just stopped and towed. Oops, I went too far. But yeah, see, he just stopped there. I think he quit. Yeah, he quit. I remember looking at the relative. He was there, and then he wasn't. So he just quit. So I got these guys behind me. Yeah, you can see me right there in the corner. Robert is catching up. And then Robert, whoopsie. And this is the breathing space I need. A few extra seconds. Oh no, this was Robert. Who was the other guy? I don't know. The other guy was Florian. Florian, that's right. Florian had passed these two guys, and he was catching me. And I'm like, oh my god, this guy's catching me. But then I got extra seconds. Those seconds were so precious. I was like, oh my god. I was thinking, I can hold on to this spot. I can hold on to P7. Oh. 21 laps through, I'm in P7. And I just saw that guy go off behind me. I didn't see him go off. I watched the relative. I'm not looking in my mirror. I'm not looking at the car. I'm just looking at the time. I can look at the time and drive. I can't be looking in the mirrors and studying. So I didn't know exactly how it went off, but I do remember him going off and getting me more time. You know, an extra 2-3 seconds behind me, gap behind me. That was perfect. Because they're not really catching up. I'm doing good lap times. What was that? 32.3. Faster and faster. Man, lap 22. It's only a 28 lap race. 7 laps to go. Go Spear, go. You know, and I'm still thinking, why, there's people in front of me. Things can happen in front of me. Less things have been happening now. You know, things have settled down since about halfway. But we've seen some spins behind, so why can't we see some spins in front? Where am I? Is Robert seeing me again yet? Nope. Oh, barely. You can barely see me up there, so things are going well. No complaints. Jill and Florian way back there. Florian is way back here after that spin. But unfortunately, this is the tense time where it seems like I'm not getting any more freebies in front and I'm being caught from behind. But I've got really good pace here. No, that was a good line there. A little bit too much curb, I thought, over there. Could have gone faster if I didn't hit that inside curb so much, I think. I don't know. Car 13, started 13th, currently 7th. Man, so good. So much fun. Unfortunately, in replays, the paints don't show up. I do wish we had the regular paints, because then I could tell who people are right away. I'm having trouble with the names, because when I'm driving, you remember I always have the paints. I'm the Dr. Pepper car. Well, this season I'm the Dr. Pepper car, and I know the other cars. I recognize the other cars, so... But without those paints, it's hard to recognize them because you never see them like this. So Robert is about holding station. Sometimes he'd be up a tenth or two, but then he'd make a mistake, something like that. Go a little slower. So it was kind of a give and take, but it was pretty much holding steady, and I'm still excited. But it's still thinking the fuel. What are we doing with the fuel? Oh. Florian's kind of catching those guys at this point. Yeah, that's not a good camera, is it? Alright, back to Spear. Lap 24 starting. 32.8. So my time's, now we're all in the 32s. I would have been happy with the 33s, but I'm doing 32. It's 32.8 at this point. I'm like, well, that's half a second slower than normal. Well, not normal. Then I hit the curb. Things are happening. I'm hitting curbs. I'm getting rattled because I'm thinking, oh my god, I got this fuel situation. At this point, it's like I know I'm running out of fuel. I don't know when I'm going to run out of fuel, but I know I'm going to run out of fuel, and it's a thing. And I'm getting very concerned about it because I don't want to run out of fuel. I don't want to do it. But things happen. Alessandro! Off! Can you believe it? Where's Spear? Back to Spear. Spear sees Alessandro off, and I'm like, oh my goodness! That could have been a freebie. But Alessandro, maybe if I can get his draft, push Spear, push! Get his draft. If I can get in his draft and have him give me a little bit boost of speed, save some fuel, cut through that air for me, I could maybe make it to the end. Because, it's very close on fuel. I'm pretty sure it's going to run out last corner or two. But if I could just get a little bit of draft here and stay with Alessandro, things can happen. P7. Stay with Alessandro. Push, push, push. At this point, I'm pushing. I'm going. What do we get? Lap 25, 32.6. I'm thinking, I gotta go. I gotta go. We've got to push. Get up there. And I'm not gaining on him. I need to gain on him. So it's pedal to the metal. We need to go. See, my car is a little shaky. I'm pushing it now. I'm not waiting for things to happen. This could be the result. The result I've always been waiting for. P7 in Lotus 79. Oh no! Spear! Hold there, be safe. Boom! Ah. And yes, that happened. And no, it was over for poor Spear. Things happen. Let's do a little rewind. Oh my goodness. things things happen. I was pushing so hard. I could rewind a little faster, but I was pushing so hard. How do I get another camera? Here we go. This will be a good camera, I suppose. That coming out of this corner, I just, I was too thunderfoot in the rear tires. He missed me, but he did not. Yeah. But I just lit up the rear tires. I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta get faster. I gotta go. You got another camera? Oh, this should be a good camera. Oops. And then I hit the wall. The wall really ended. The front was destroyed. But then when I was sitting and waiting for them to pass, but then that happened. And it was, at that point, there wasn't going to be anything left. That's what you got to do though. When you're down, we got the accident. All right, so let's switch the camera to the best camera. Okay, how about that? Okay, here's Florian, and I'm way up there. So where am I? There's Spear. Well, there's Alessandro. There's Spear. There's Robert, Gil, and Florian. So, see what you see. You can get seconds to decide. No, you don't get seconds. There I am. Well, the trouble was he was right behind the other guy. He didn't see me at all. And then look at my car. The car is destroyed. Absolutely destroyed at this point. So, is there any other camera views I can get on the car? Oh, yeah, everything is just crumpled up in odd shapes. Everything's bent somewhere else. Yeah, look at that thing. So I had no chance. But that was completely, totally my fault. I mean, well, not the collision at the end. I mean, that could have been anybody's fault. The collision at the end. I mean, he was right behind the guy, didn't see me parked there, and boom, he went for the pass, and that's unfortunate. That's racing. But me running into the wall was just completely my fault for lighting him up. Dang. Oh wait, car number 14? Oh, it's car 14? Dang. Yeah, it was car 14, not even 13. Started 13th. But there you go. Spear. One last look at the moment. Ooh. Missed. Boom. That was the coup de grace. I could have finished driving the other style, but after that hit, I could not finish driving. So things happen. Oh. And we got the order. There we go. Finished, as you see up there in the top right. Marco was the winner. Jesus, we were running P7. If we could just finish 7th or 8th or 9th or even 10th. Florian, the guy who hit me, unfortunately, he finished ahead of me, 12th. There's me, 13th. Finished 13th. Started 13th, finished 13th. After all of that, after running 7th for so long, 6th for a few corners, and battling with the 6th guy, to finish 13th was very disappointing. But this was a great race. I had so much fun doing it. I mean, it was fantastic. There's a clip out there on Kinduchi Racing, Kinduci Racing, but you know who Rob is, on Twitch and YouTube. So check out the clip. This was such a fun race. I can't wait to do more of these. I don't know what's going on with me. At Donington, I had a good race. I didn't record it, unfortunately. And here, this was a really good race till this happened. I think I'm going to have to start recording more of these things. I'm having a lot of fun doing this, and this was a lot of fun until the end. And even though it came to a horrible end and things happened, I'm going to get right back in on this. Get right back to the next race, and hopefully we'll do even better. All right. Thanks for watching. Hey, if you haven't yet, if you've watched this far, you've already hit that like button. You've already subscribed. You're part of Team Stratosphere, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching this race and for all your views on all the videos on my channel. I really do appreciate it when you guys stop by, make comments. I see a lot of you on Twitch. We talk there. It's a lot of fun. This race was a lot of fun, and I hope to see you guys again. Thanks for watching. TheSpearSTL. Woo! iRacing. Let's get back to the next one.